Judging by the fact that there are still three more movies in this franchise to review, that title turned out to be a fucking lie. Saw, the final chapter, was released in 2010, directed by Kevin Greutert, starring Sean Patrick Flanery, and I fucking hate this movie. Let's go ahead and start this review off with the good. Let's get this fucking thing over with. Good. What's good in this movie? Well, there's a couple things, I guess. A few of the traps were actually pretty creative. I'll give this movie that. Some of the traps were pretty creative. The Circle of Silence was interesting. The chain reaction trap with the skinheads, mainly played by Chester Bennington. That was a pretty good scene as well. That was a pretty interesting trap. It was really nice to get Cary Elwes back as Dr. Gordon, and I guess Costas Mandylor was still okay as Hoffman. This is still his weakest portrayal of Hoffman. Yeah, that's about it for the good. On to the bad. There's just a load of shit in this movie. This movie is just one giant shit bomb waiting to go off. I don't like this movie whatsoever. Let's go ahead and get started with the story. The story here is garbage. The main character, played by Sean Patrick Flanery, is completely unlikable. You don't like him from the very first scene, and by the end of the movie, you're left wondering, why did we follow this character if he's not going to get any type of redemption? He doesn't really learn a lesson. Yeah, I don't like this character. I couldn't have given a shit less about him throughout the movie. And just the way that they ended his whole story was honestly dumb and unnecessarily cruel, because they end up having other people get punished for what he did. Specifically, the finale of this movie, where his wife is roasted alive for what he did. And that whole ending just rubs me the wrong way. It's very mean-spirited. She did nothing wrong. Why are they punishing her? I mean, granted, John's dead by this point, so that was probably Hoffman's idea. But yeah, I hated the whole main plot. Then the whole B plot where Hoffman's trying to kill Jill. Don't care about that plot either, although once again, Costas Mandylor still does his best with what he's given, but he's not really given a whole bunch to work with. Tobin Bell's only in like one scene of this movie, so I can't really credit his performance in this movie as a positive. The editing is garbage here. This 7 movies in, the whole fast-paced editing just it wore out its welcome here, and yeah, it feels like this movie was just lazily, sloppily put together, and because they wanted to be done with this franchise. The blood in this movie is pink. I don't know why. I guess, I don't know. The pink blood really drags this movie down as well. I don't like the pink blood. I don't know if that had something to do with the 3D effects or what. But yeah, I didn't like the pink blood. The score doesn't really elevate this movie a whole bunch. And also the final reveal that Dr. Gordon has been an apprentice this entire time. Everybody saw that coming. It was one of the most obvious plot twists in film history. And for a franchise that hasn't really had a super great plot twist since the first one, this is just the most offensively obvious plot twist in the entire franchise. Yeah. I don't like this movie, so on to the final thoughts. Like I said, I hate this movie. I hate it with every inch of my being, aside from a couple cool traps and just the novelty of seeing Dr. Gordon one more time and Costas Mandylor doing an okay job. Yeah, saw the final chapter, or not so final chapter in this case. I don't like it. I don't care about it. I hate rewatching it. And I'm only giving it a 2 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on Saw, the final chapter, whatever. What did you think about this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.